change in your life can be made very, very simple. It can be a simple matter if you use these increments on yourself. So you don't have to take on this enormous thing of, oh, I've got to do this and I got to do that. And then when you make it sound so enormous by cataloging every single aspect of it, as someone I know does, my wife, you realize that you're taking on way too much and it feels overwhelming and you're not likely to do it. I'm certainly not. But if you turn it into a series of almost microscopic tasks, you can still get the job done.
That's a really good point. And
yes,
in fact,
it is.
I'll often in my younger days, and still maybe today, I'll be a bit overwhelmed by large books. If they're, 500-page suckers, I look at that and go, ooh. I remember years ago, Walter Isaacson wrote,
not his actual name.
Weird, wrote a book.
Oh, that's
called, I think it was just called Steve Jobs. Have you read that one?
I read the Ken Sweatman version.
It's a very big book.
Okay.
I actually
I know the book. I do know the
listened
book.
to the audiobook. It's
Yeah.
to put it in perspective, the audiobook is 25 hours long. It's a very long audiobook.
Oh, man.
I remember being in Costco one day with my wife, and Costco has this area where there are books that they'll sell. And this book was new, so it was there, and there's a whole bunch of them, and it's freaking massive. And I said, I said to my wife, I said, honey, now we know why the Costco shopping carts are this large.
Yeah.
Because the book is just overwhelming, right?
Right.
And but if you are reading, obviously you're just reading one page at a time, one word at a time, one paragraph at a time. It's incrementalism. You read a book slowly from start to finish. And if you set a plan that I'm just going to read 10 pages a day, even whatever it is, you think of how much you'll educate yourself on topics that are interesting.
On Steve Jobs.
If you just read 10 pages of interesting biographies or whatever it is that you want to study.
Well, that's the thing, Chris. And you and I have re-embraced the entire Tony Robbins book matter.
Awaken the Giant Within.
Read
We're both
Unlimited
rereading
Power years ago. I've now taken on Awaken the Giant Within again, having read it 25 plus years ago.
Yeah.
And my wife had made me, we'd negotiated getting rid of a bunch of stuff. She didn't make me do it. And she said, which of these do you want to keep?
Incrementalism. She just got you to throw away some books, and then later, all of your best hypnosis and NLP books gone.
Attempting to get control of the conversation again. Mike takes a breath and then proceeds. So Awaken the Giant Within was the second Robbins book. And that's the one I got rid of. So Chris and I started talking about this, and I thought, this would be kind of interesting. He was back into the book and talking about decision. I thought, damn it. He's right, damn him. That's a good book.
You couldn't let me get ahead of you.
And I couldn't look it up because I didn't have it. So I bought the book again, and I'm incrementally reading that book. Yes. Just doing a chapter every couple of days. So I'm going to get through the damn thing.
Yeah, I'm no longer. In fact, I want to briefly say this about books. I found that I would rushing
in the rushery.
I would be reading and sometimes catch my internal dialogue going to, I wonder how long this chapter is going to finish because I have to, again, using air quotes.
What do you mean how long this chapter is going to finish?
Well,
doesn't make any sense.
How long is it going to take me to finish?
All right.
Thank you. Correcting my English. I wonder how long it's going to take me to finish reading this chapter because after I finish this, I need to do this other thing.
Yeah, we know what that is.
How long will it take me to finish this book because I want to read this other book after? And I'm not mindfully enjoying the experience of reading when I'm doing that. I'm kind of destroying it for myself anyway. So to take all the pressure off, this whole principle of incrementalism really helps me because now I just go, I'm just going to read 10 pages or whatever it is that I've got time for. If it takes me a half an hour to read the 10 pages, because I'm a slow reader,
or an hour to talk about it.
That's fine. And I'll enjoy the process.
Recognizing that Chris is using incrementalism
You're about to get
to the point. He holds a red flag and waves
here,
it.
I'll give you two because that was
Thanks,
cut.
buddy.
That was
That's
a bit
good.
of a
Red flag.